Good evening, everyone. How are you? It is good to be back. Good to be back on this Tuesday night for most of you, Wednesday afternoon if you're in this half of the universe or world. Universe, I guess. Uh, More like world. We got heaps of stories tonight, including the title one, which is Six People Found Dead in Bangkok Luxury Hotel in Suspected Poisoning. A poisoning at a hotel sounds a bit weird, right? It's the bodies of three men, three women, two of whom were US citizens, discovered in a locked suite at the Grand Hyatt in Bangkok, Thailand. And one of the quotes down here that I can quickly tell you about is they they had food in the suite, but it was still sealed and was not eaten. They found 6 cups of something, and they said it appeared that there was some sort of powder in the bottom of the cup. So, what could that powder be? I don't know. We'll find out. Needs some testing, I think. They're gonna need to do some, toxicology or whatever to try and figure it out. But odd that 6 people, they reckon 7 people checked in, 6 died, 1 is missing. So we'll find out. We'll find out. Hey LMS, how are you, my sweet friend? I hope you were able to find a new job after your last one turned to poop. I hope the new one is better. Hey Sola, how are you, my sweet friend? Good to see you. Laura T, Peekaboo Cockatiel, how are you? Angela's here. Or who else? This is Diane. Diane Brock is also here. Moonlight View, Laura T again, Mr. DJ, Moonlight View, Sean's here. Yeah, we did Jay Slater yesterday. We did Jay Slater yesterday. Maria's here. Hey Maria. Good to see. Who else is here? Who else? Diane Marie. Tina's here. Hey Tina. Okay. Let's get underway. Let's play you a video about this incident in Bangkok. See, it's a fun word to say, isn't it? Maybe we will get demonetized for it because they think we're doing like an OnlyFans stream. Who knows? We'll find out. Here we go. Play the video, Ping.
Let's start with the news coming from Thailand, where police say at least 6 people have been found dead at a luxury hotel in central Bangkok. 2 are Vietnamese Americans and the rest Vietnamese nationals. Police say 7 guests were booked in and believe 1 person is unaccounted for. The bodies were discovered by housekeepers. The guests were supposed to have checked out on Monday. Officers said suspicious substances were found at the bottom of glasses inside the room. There are no signs of a struggle. The Prime Minister, who's at the scene, has ordered an investigation. Police aren't ruling anything out at this stage. Our reporter Jae Seung Lee has more on this.
The Thai Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin and the Thai police chief held a press conference in this hotel. Now, this, as you mentioned, is a luxury hotel in central Bangkok. And in that press conference that's now been wrapped up, what we learned is that, as you said, 6 bodies were found inside this hotel room. 2 were Vietnamese Americans, 4 were Vietnamese nationals. 3 of them were men, 3 of them were women. So far, what we do know is that no bodily harm was found on these bodies. But an autopsy is needed to really establish the exact causes of the death. The police say they suspect that they had been dead for around 24 hours because the bodies were discovered earlier today at 4 p.m. local time. That's about 7 hours ago from now. But there was a room service order that came from this room on Monday, so yesterday at around 1:55 p.m. So it shows that there were signs of life until at least then. Now, we don't know what happened since then and when they were found earlier by cleaners today. They were supposed to check out today.
I'll stop it there for a minute. I have some more information about that. They said here the deceased had been booked to stay at the hotel as a group of 7, but only 5 people checked in. While 6 people had been found dead, they're now searching for the 7th individual. But it also says here, part of the group was staying on the 5th floor and were due to check out on Tuesday, while the others were staying on the 7th floor and had been due to check out on Monday but did not do so. That's how they discovered them deceased when they did not check out of the hotel on time. Housekeeping came up, were able to access it from a either joining door or a different door, not the main door. And yeah, so it's a little odd. Some staying on the 5th floor, some staying on the 7th. They booked 7, only no, they booked they booked as a group of 7, only 5 checked in, but they found 6 in the hotel. It's a bit of a numbers game. You got, different numbers, and there's definitely a missing person. They are definitely looking for a 7th person, but I don't have an ID of that person at this time, I don't think. I'll check for you, but I haven't seen one as of yet. Hey, Mamma Mia, Catatonic, how are you? Let's finish the video. I'm gonna go have a check for something. Hold on.
Day. So it's unclear what has happened since then. The food that was ordered by room service haven't been touched at all, and the authorities were able to find 6 glasses in the room which matched the DNA of those who died. Now, as you've said, 7 people have made the bookings, and 5 people, they say, have checked into the hotel. And 6 bodies were found. And now the 5 of those people who were found dead today matched the hotel records, but the 6th body did not. And the 7th person, they believe, is still not being found. It says the door was locked from the inside, so police think that this may have been done. It may have been an inside job, but it's very unclear right now. They're not ruling out anything.
All right, I have a photo from a local news source that may have some of the photos of people. I can't verify it. I can't read Thai, but this is a photo going around, naming 6 people that possibly were found deceased in the hotel. They don't have a name for the 7th person, but these are apparently, look, at least one of them looks like a very young man. A couple of people look a little older, maybe a little, different ages. At least some of them look very similar age grouped, but not this person down here. This person looks quite young, maybe a son of one of them or an acquaintance. But this is a photo floating around from local Thai news sites. So I don't know what you guys think, but a poisoning event, could it be something religious, or could it be could it be like a Heaven's Gate type of, is there a comet? Is there a comet in the atmosphere right now? Is Hal Bopp back again? Could it be something like that? Hey, Catatonic, how are you? I'm very interested into why 6 people would just drink some mysterious liquid that had powder in it and be like, yeah, that'd be a great idea. Oh, we're all dead. It is a little odd. And then why did someone, the 7th person, were they scared? Were they like, I don't want to drink it, and they ran away? Or did they put the powder in the drink to kill the other 6 people? I don't know. It doesn't say. The Thai police said they are tracing every step since they got off the plane into the country. Part of the group, were staying there. The hotel that they were staying at is actually a 5-star hotel. The Prime Minister of the country has ordered all agencies to urgently take action to avoid an impact on tourism. Well, I like your priorities. The US State Department was closely monitoring the situation, and we stand ready to provide consular assistance if needed. The incident comes at a time when Thailand is trying to boost its tourism industry, which was badly affected by the pandemic and is crucial to the economy. They also said they have suffered a few incidents in recent time, including a shooting at a luxury mall in Bangkok last October, in which 2 foreigners were killed. Let's see if we've got any more information here. So yeah, a hotel worker found them late yesterday on the Tuesday in the afternoon. So they are, some of them are Vietnamese, 2 of them are American, and is that it? Okay, some are Viet, some are American. I think the other ones are American Viet. So they're all sort of similar backgrounds, I think. And yeah, I don't have anything else except to tell you that there's an investigation underway and they're trying to figure out what on earth happened in this hotel room in like, what is it, a day or two? Very odd. Let me try grab a different link. Let's go to CNN. Let's go to an American news site. 6 people found dead in luxury Thai hotel with police exploring possible poisoning. Yes. It says here the bodies were discovered by staff in the 5th floor room. So there you go. Some were staying in the 5th floor, some were staying in the 7th. After the guests missed the checkout time by more than 24 hours. Don't normally like doesn't room service normally like beat down your door at 10 a.m. and hold a broom to your head if you don't get out by 10 a.m. checkout? They're like, we have cleaning to do. Get out. I'm surprised that they would allow no one to check it for over 24 hours. That's odd. Very odd. Normally, like, these places run such a tight ship. They don't allow you to stay, like, a minute more than whatever their policies are. It says here, police said the incident doesn't appear to be a robbery, and none of the bodies showed any signs of physical violence. Police also believe they didn't harm themselves. There you go. But said cups with traces of white powder were located in the room, along with the untouched food that they had ordered earlier. Authorities are currently searching for the 7th person who was part of the hotel booking and is now a possible suspect. The other 4 deceased are Vietnamese nationals, and the other 2 are Americans. They said police believe one member of the party tried to reach the door, but fell before they were able to do so. So someone in that group of people who died tried to raise the alarm after figuring out something was wrong, but unfortunately they collapsed and died before being able to do so. Police were pictured guarding the entrance of the 5-star hotel on Tuesday after the bodies were discovered. The US State Department says it's aware of reports of the death of 2 US citizens in Bangkok. We offer our sincere condolences to the families on their loss. We are closely monitoring the situation and stand ready to provide consular assistance to those families. They said whenever a US citizen dies in a foreign country, local authorities are responsible for determining the cause of death. We do not reach out to local authorities often. No, we do reach out. We never talk to foreign countries ever. No, we do reach out to local authorities often to communicate with them when it involves the death of a US citizen. We will be certainly trying to do so here. So they will try and reach out to their counterparts in Thailand and try and figure out how to bring them home after the police have finished investigating or are able to release their remains to be repatriated back to the USA. Very odd. It says here last year a Thai woman was arrested on suspicion of murdering her friend with cyanide. She was charged with at least 13 counts of premeditated murder in a separate poisoning case that stunned the country. Yeah, it is something I've heard. Over there, poisoning is quite a common murder tactic. They're not big into the firearms, or they are, but apparently poisoning is quite a big thing because their standards for, I don't know, certain chemicals and stuff like that is a little looser than what I would know or you would have in America or Australia or even the UK. Although you can just go get, no, I'm not going to give any instructions. No instructions being. Yeah, it would have had to have been room service for sure. I mean, the meals were cling wrapped, which means they probably came from the hotel kitchen, delivered up to the room, brought in, but no one ate their dinner. But they found these drinks with powder in it, so definitely sounds odd. Hey Edget, how are you, my friend? I hope you're having a good day. Did you avoid the tornadoes? Is your house okay? I hope your house is okay. Did we hear if Yuta got home okay? She got home from Chicago because she was in the airport hiding in a stairwell yesterday from the tornadoes. Hope she's doing okay. Let's see. Retired RN says, it is so strange. I agree. Catatonic says, it is wild. Yes. We don't often get people who just randomly die in a group, in a hotel. Although there is another story going around right now. It's a little older. This one happened today. There's another, yesterday, I think. Yesterday, I don't know which part of the dateline they're on, whatever. It's Tuesday for you, it's Wednesday for me. They were found on a Tuesday. I have no idea. There's another story going around in a similar region. I'll show you. There is two. I don't know if I can play this. Okay, maybe. Okay. So two Australians were found here. Two Australian nationals and their Filipino companion were killed in a hotel in a popular resort south of the Philippine capital. Police were trying to identify and track down the suspects. A hotel worker found the bodies of the victims whose hands and feet were tied. So this was in the Lake Hotel in Tagaytay City, south of Manila, on Wednesday last week. So here's the suspect entering their room. That is just creepy. It's like the Grim Reaper with shorts is trying to get you. He's a very chill Grim Reaper, apparently. He don't wear no pants. He wears shorts. And apparently very casual walking shoes. Yeah, so they're looking for that guy. Where's their names? The victims were believed to be a man in his 50s from Australia, his Philippine-born partner, who had acquired Australian citizenship, and her Filipino relative. So, yeah, these guys were killed. So there's been a bunch of stuff going on in Asian region resorts and hotels recently. Let me try and find. There is photos of them. I've seen them. Hold on. Here. Where is their names? That's odd. I've seen photos. One of them is a bald dude. I swear to God, I've seen his photo. Here. It says suspect in killings of two Australians and companion in the Philippines surrenders to police. The bodies of Sydney man David Fish and his partner Lucida Cortez and a relative of hers were found tied up in a hotel south of Manila. And they said police parade suspect in alleged killing of two Australians and relatives in the Philippines. I'll play the video.
Our Australian friends, we are pleased to present to you the main suspect in this brutal crime. And as promised, within a week, we will resolve and give justice, especially to the family of David.
I like how he opens up that statement with, to our Australian friends, he's like, here, we got the guy. Look, here is the guy who killed your countrymen. Shame him. Shame him. Show him some shame. Here, look, he has a mask and a hood. Shame him lots. I don't know why they do that in the US. I mean, in Asia, they're big on parading the suspects, and like I know they do it in Texas sometimes. They do like a perp walk, but in Indonesia, a bunch, even Japan, I know sometimes in China, a bunch of these other countries, whenever they find out who's done a crime, they get the TV cameras, they drag them out, and they're like, look, these guys did it. They're like, pick up your face, don't look down, don't look sad. You did the crime. take the shame on your family. They're really big on it. Your comment disappeared twice. Well, I'm controlling the live stream. I haven't done anything. All I can do is control this, the microphone, I haven't done anything. I'm not sure. What'd you say, my friend? Maybe they're after us. Diane, we might have to go on the run. Same shorts, dark jacket, and the shoes. That's true. He did not look like he changed very much, did he? There he is. Why does he get to wear a mask? Why does he get to wear sunglasses? Due to the murder of priests and nuns, it is a dangerous place. Yeah, I can't say I've heard of that before, but I believe you. Hey JDR, how are you? So that is the suspect according to the Philippines police, and they are saying that they will get justice for the victims. I wish I had a photo of them. Hold on. I could have sworn they've already released photos of the both of them. Here. Yes, they have. So wow, that's the same bloody photo. That's not the one we want. Oh, there's Mr. Murderer again. Where is it? Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like a robbery. Looks like jewelry and maybe mobile phones were taken. No jewelry or mobile phones were stolen. Then why'd they kill him? Yeah, what does it say?
57-year-old Penshursters, their mouths covered with tape. No jewelry or mobile phones were stolen, but David's wallet was missing. Police say the 57-year-old Penshurst man suffered a wound to his neck, investigating whether this broken glass was the murder weapon. Officers say Lucita and her daughter-in-law, Mary Jane, died from suffocation. Their heartbroken son and husband telling the Sydney Morning Herald he hopes the killer surrenders and that justice prevails because 4 children were left without their mother.
We have offered whatever is
Bit of a weird, what was in the wallet that the killer wanted? What was in there? Money? Credit card? Bitcoin? I don't know. Odd to take the wallet but not valuable jewelry or something else. Bit odd. But yeah, so a couple of things going on in Asia right now. But I have another story. We're going to move on from that. I have another story. Where is it? Out of LA, we missed this one the other day. We always like when cold cases get solved, right? Well, apparently there was a man called a woman. Ping. Come on. Do better. Says here his name is Richard Moore, 59, was taken into custody at his Echo Park home on June 27th for the murder of Madeline Garcia, 69, in Northern California in 1984. That was like 40 years ago. I can tell you because that's when I was born. That's how I can do the math so quickly. Here, I'm going to show you this. I find this very fascinating that they were able to finally track his butt down. Apparently, he lived in the area his entire life, didn't really move that far away, and hid in plain sight for, 40 years. And he got the knock on the door that he had probably been expecting for much of his life. So let's watch the video. Come on, Ping.
Capture for
There we go.
40 years is finally arrested in the murder of a 69-year-old woman. Good evening. This is the KTLA 5 News at 5:30. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Rick Chambers in tonight for Micah. Richard Moore was only a teenager when prosecutors say he abducted, raped, and beat Madeline Garcia to death in Placer County in 1984.
But DNA brought the cold case back to life and led police to a quiet SoCal neighborhood. KTLA's Angelique Hockaday is live in Echo Park with more. Angelique. Rick and Cher, we knocked on several doors, spoke to dozens of neighbors this afternoon. Most were too shocked to go on camera and speak, but they all told me off camera that the now accused killer was just a nice guy.
We love the street because it's quiet, it's calmer.
On a quiet street in Echo Park, one neighbor who prefers not to show his face says he's in shock and disbelief.
It's been kind of a shock to learn that something so crazy has sort of happened with someone that we live near.
After discovering a man who many described as friendly, helpful, even saintly.
He was always pretty friendly. He was always, I think I rode my bicycle by one time and he asked if I needed air in my tires. So
was arrested 2 weeks ago for the 1984 gruesome murder of 69-year-old Madeline Garcia in Roseville, California, about 400 miles north from where he was hiding in plain sight.
We get up early, we walk the dogs, and noticed a bunch of unmarked cop cars. So like basic civilian cars, Toyota Camrys, Hondas with red and blues. It definitely had a heavy sort of feeling to it. You're like, oh, something big has gone down.
It took 40 years, multiple law enforcement agencies, and a breakthrough in DNA technology to connect 59-year-old Richard Moore, or Woody as neighbors called him, to the crime. Investigators say Moore, who was 19 at the time, dragged Garcia to an alleyway and beat her to death. He's now charged with one-count murder, though additional charges of rape and kidnapping could follow. As folks stroll down the street where Moore was once a free man, some say they're not going to let his alleged actions impact how they treat neighbors in the future.
Everybody has a story. Everybody's story is different, and sometimes some are wilder and more crazy than others.
So his neighbor's just like, yeah, I live next to a murderer. You know, that just happens. Everyone's got a story. Some are just, a bit different. Yeah, I'll be nice to the next murderer as well. Hopefully they won't kill me. That guy is very chill. I don't know what's going on with the messages. Uh, I don't. The chat does look weird to me because it's jumping from people saying hello to like some other messages. It's very odd. I don't know YouTube's having some issues tonight, I think. Yuda, how are you going? Did you make it home from the tornadoes? Are you still in Chicago? Let us know. Hey, Four Sons Mom, how are you? Yeah, I was wondering if you made it home. So 40 years to catch this guy. The woman he killed when he was just 19 was almost 70 years old. I don't know what I find that amazing. One, it follows on actually. Yesterday we were talking about some information that was in the John Douglas book about what type of people attack certain people, including someone who is of the older age of almost 70. That book would have told you the profile should have been a younger, inexperienced murderer or R-wordist. So, and that's exactly what it was. It was a 19-year-old, possibly his first crime, maybe his only one. I don't know. And the profile fits. He attacked someone he knew he could overpower and he knew he could, hurt. Apparently a lot of times younger people won't go for someone around their same age because they're afraid they'll get overpowered or they'll lose the battle. So oftentimes they pick a target they know they can win. A woo-woo story about what? About the chat? One day, the chat became possessed and the messages disappeared. It was a mystery. Tune in at 10 for more stories about missing chats. Yeah. Oh, you didn't make it home. You're in Chicago. Oh, geez. Hey, Robbie, how are you? Yeah, I hope you can get a flight out today. Hope you can get a good flight. I'm sure they're backed up though because of the weather. Okay. Let me see if I can find anything else on our suspect here, Mr. Unshaven. He was 19, yep. Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Richard Moore. Let's actually go to KTLA. Maybe they have some better information here. Says a Los Angeles man was arrested in connection with the unsolved murder of a woman in 1984. Richard Moore, 59, was taken into custody at his Echo Park home on June 27th for the murder of Madeline Garcia. Let's see if we can find a photo of her. Wonder if we can find a photo. What's done in the dark? Okay, I might. What? Your access to this site has been limited by the site owner. Well, thank you, SacramentoNews.com. I appreciate it. Let's see. I'm guessing this is her photo. I don't know if I can get it for you. There we go. So Sacramento News is telling me this is her. But that must be maybe a slightly younger photo. Here's another one that comes up when I search her name. I don't know if she has any family around that can come to the court or witness the court case. I mean, if she was 70 in 1984, most likely she wouldn't have been alive today because she'd be like 110. Or maybe, who knows? But if she had children, doesn't say she did or not. They would be, even if she had children, maybe they would be in their 70s or late 60s today. Maybe grandchildren or uncles or aunties or something. It's very difficult when you start moving 4 decades into the past to try and find family that are still directly connected. But I hope there's someone who can go to her court case and, I don't know, try and find out, try and witness justice for her. Okay. Yeah, I cannot access, what is it called? Sacramento News and Review. It will not allow me. Let's see. Yeah, apparently the elusive suspect was apprehended in Los Angeles in June. It was joint efforts between the Los Angeles PD and the FBI Los Angeles field office who made the break in the case. According to CBS Sacramento, detectives have been unrelenting in their pursuit to finally bring justice to the perpetrator responsible for the grievously robbing Garcia of her life. The cooperative efforts to crack the case included the Placer County District Attorney's Office, the Roseville Police Department, and the FBI's Sacramento office, a testament to the perseverance to not let the case quietly slip away into the annals of unresolved history. The break in the case came when investigators were able to match evidence submitted to forensic laboratories, reportedly leading them directly to Moore, as both asserting publications have detailed. Such a commitment to the tireless sourcing of available evidence underscores the dogged determination of law enforcement to provide a semi-balance of closure to cases that otherwise might remain eternally silent. Stop using AI to write your articles. I can tell it's AI because no one uses this like terms of phrase like eternally silent and underscores the dogged determination of law enforcement. No one writes like this. No one. Not a place called hoodline.com either. You are using ChatGPT to write your articles, I can tell. Because ChatGPT just pulls the most random English and grammar. It's very easy to pick it up. It says here, yeah, here. In the last breaths of dusk on September 26, 1984, Garcia was mercilessly drawn into an alley off the 300 block of Atlantic Street in Roseville, where she faced a grim fate. Moore will now have to confront the consequences of that day, as he is to be transported back to Placer County to be arraigned at a later date. No one writes stories like this ever. It's so funny. You can just tell. So there you go. Placer County. So Placer County in LA. Let's go. Let's have a look. Let's go to Placer County. What town is that? Sacramento. So, or near Sacramento. Let's have a look. What county is that? So, it goes like all the way from Roseville, which is one of the towns in the article. It's just north of northeast of Sacramento City, and their region stretches all the way from Roseville, all the way it looks up to Lake or part of Lake Tahoe or Tahoe City. So they've got a very big, governance area. It's huge. It's goes all the way from like North Sacramento all the way up to the lake. So, but no, it's more in town. I would still consider this Sacramento. It's just, a little bit up from the city. So I'd say it's either Roseville that he's going to get brought back to, because that was one of the PDs that were working on it. Yeah, Roseville Police Department and the Sacramento Field Office. So I'd say that's where he's going to get brought back to. He'll be arraigned at a later date. It is a large county, right? Yeah. Stretches from like northern Sacramento City all the way out to Lake Tahoe. None of the Houston family came to the wedding near Austin because they didn't have electricity this weekend from the hurricane. Oh, yes. Yeah. I saw your email. You said you went to a wedding. I haven't had time. I came back from my 1 day off and I had like 50 emails. So I got to go back through and reply to everyone. But I did see that you went to a wedding, Mr. DJ. Hey, Leisha, how are you? Well, what'd she say? Let's see. Okay, got a different flight? Great. Marilyn says, my daughter had 2 days of tornadic weather around them. Went down their basement and lost power, but everything now okay in Chicago. Yeah, I saw some, I think Nebraska copped it today. Nebraska had a bunch of tornadoes, but I'm glad there wasn't any really bad ones in Chicago. I think I didn't see very many damage reports, just a couple of, light damage. Nothing crazy bad. Let's see, what was today? Less than 2% risk in all areas today. But there were tornadoes in Nebraska, apparently. Let's see, storm reports. Yeah, 1 tornado in Nebraska. Where else did we get a tornado? Missouri had some sort of small, very brief tornado. Yeah, not very long-lived. EF0 damage, so the smallest on the EF scale, not very dangerous, just probably kicked up a bunch of leaves and branches. And then the other one was in Custer, Nebraska, and that one was a little bit, it was a little stronger, but not that much. So not as bad as the day before, which if we go backwards, go to yesterday. Yesterday had 10 tornado reports across the Great Lakes region. So they had a bunch, even in New York. Even in New York had a couple of tornado reports yesterday, but both EF0 type tornadoes, very, very weak. Most of them were in Iowa, Wichita? No, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Indianapolis? Yeah, Indiana. See, Ping doesn't know all the states in America. They confirmed a brief. Yeah, see a lot of brief tornado, EF1, EF0, brief tornado. It was a line like a derecho, so you're not going to get these long-lived tornadoes that come down and are on the ground for like an hour. It's just not going to happen. You just not going. You don't have that type of storm structure to do it. Boston? I don't know. I've never really heard of a tornado in Boston. Possibly. I mean, they happen in New York City. I've seen footage of tornadoes on Long Island and places like that, New Jersey. So I don't know. I guess there may be every now and then, once a year, once every couple of years, there has to be a tornado in Boston. I don't know. Someone from Boston will have to tell us. Um, okay, let's keep going. I want to show you a story from earlier today, actually, if I can find it. Very odd story, and it happened in my city, so I want to show you here. All right. It says West murder after female body found in the Maribyrnong River. It says a 49-year-old West Footscray woman has been charged with murder, and police have questioned a teenage boy after a woman's body was found in the Maribyrnong River. It says that a guy was fishing on the banks of the river this morning and he found a body. Here's a photo. The body is blurred, but apparently she was bound and had plastic over her legs, and her hands were tied. Here, a passerby made the grim discovery of a woman's badly bruised body with a bag over her head and her legs tied, floating in the river on Sunday morning. Sorry, it was a few days ago. Detectives arrested the West Footscray woman who police said was known to the alleged victim on Tuesday afternoon. That was yesterday. She was charged with murder later that day. Yeah, apparently a dude was just fishing and he's like, oh, a dead person. Let me just call the police and I'm just going to keep fishing. I don't want to alarm anyone. I want to keep it very chill. And he just sat there and fished for like an hour until the police turned up. Very, very interesting way of doing it. It says here the alleged murder victim has not yet been formally identified. Detectives are continuing their investigations into a man whose body was found floating about 2 kilometers away from the deceased woman half an hour earlier. They're saying right now the two cases are not linked. The man's death is not being treated as suspicious, police say. So, on the same morning, you find a male's body 2 kilometers down the river, and then half an hour later, you find a woman's body who's been beaten. Her legs or hands, what was it again? Well, she'd been beaten. She had like her legs had been tied, and there was a bag over her head, dumped in the river. And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's all good, not related. We just often have people wind up in the river." You need a weather lesson? I thought you guys would know more than I do. Yeah, so pretty gruesome that this woman's body just turned up in the river in the city. Let me see what part of the city it was. In the Maribyrnong River, let's have a look. So hold on, that's not it. Let's go to maps. Let's go to maps and I can show you. Okay. So the river, this is the Maribyrnong River here, travels all the way through the city, all the way through Flemington. This is the famous Flemington race course that a lot of people know. Travels all the way around. It winds all through the city. Look, this is freeways and stuff. Gets out here. This is like Port Melbourne. This is where all the big ships come in, container ships and They offload all the containers full of stuff imported, and then you get out down here. This turns into the Yarra River. Then you get out here, and you're in the bay. You're in the Melbourne Bay, Port Phillip. I'd say it's Port Phillip. Yeah, Port Phillip. So it sort of connects, has a couple of rivers that connect. One that goes this way, that is the Yarra, and then you have the Maribyrnong that goes north. So the Maribyrnong goes north out of the city, and this is the river where she was found. I don't know which part of it though. It's quite a large river. Let me see. Oh, at Flemington. So just where we were near Flemington Racecourse, that's where she was found. So somewhere around here. This is Flemington Racecourse and the suburb of Flemington. So somewhere around here, maybe just somewhere. This looks very similar to the photo. Somewhere down here, maybe? There's a bank here. What does the photo look like? It looks like rocks and stuff. Please say the two deaths are unrelated. Okay, near a bridge. They're saying, okay, well, there you go, bridge. Maybe right here. Maybe right here is where she was found. Because it's the photo shows this bridge. So, okay. Somewhere here. They pulled her out of this river. And there's the pontoon too. So yeah. What a place to wind up as a murder victim. Not very nice. And I'm glad they caught the woman. What their back history is, no idea. They're not even talking about that yet. Let me see if I can find anything else about her. A woman's body found in the Maribyrnong River. Let's see if we can find any other article about her. 4 hours ago. Okay. It says a woman has been charged with murder after the body of a woman was found with a bag tied over her head and her legs bound by plastic in the Maribyrnong River. The unidentified woman's body was found floating in the river in Flemington on Sunday morning by a local fisherman who said the woman was badly bruised. On Tuesday, homicide squad detectives arrested a woman and a 15-year-old boy from West Footscray, and the pair were both interviewed by police. While the boy was later released without charge, the 49-year-old woman was charged with murder and remanded in custody to appear in Melbourne Magistrates Court on July 17th, which is today. But police believe the woman or the women were known to each other. Police are appealing for anyone with CCTV or dashcam footage from the areas around Glassmas Road in West Footscray or Smithfield Road in Flemington near Lynch's Bridge. Lynch's Bridge, okay. That's okay. Lynch's Bridge in Flemington between 12 p.m. on July 12th and 10:30 a.m. on July 14th to come forward. Police are also keen to speak to anyone who may have witnessed any suspicious activity in those areas at the time. There we go. Oh, it's the water police with their fancy boat. Okay, let's look for this bridge. What was the bridge called again? Lynch's Bridge. Okay. Oh, we're in the right place. Look at that. Lynch's Bridge right there. So no, she was found right here. Good guessing, Ping. Good guessing. Good guessing. So there you go. She was found in the water just here near that bridge. And almost looks like it might have been just here. There was a pontoon I saw in one of the photos. So somewhere around this area. Pretty awful. Imagine if that was your loved one. A love triangle? Maybe. Doesn't say how old she was, how old the murder victim. Just says a woman. Doesn't say if she's a young woman, an old woman. They just said that they are known to each other. Whatever that means. Let's have a look. Yeah. They're waiting for the woman to be formally identified before releasing her ID. So they won't release that until they know who she is. Going to her on Sunday. I'm gonna check another source. Hold on. Da, da, da. No, don't have a name. We'll find out in a couple of days, I'm guessing. Couple of days. Ah, yuck. What did you say? 102 to 106? Ugh. No, thank you. I don't want it. You can keep it. I don't want that kind of heat. See, the good thing about the cold is you can always warm yourself up. The bad thing about heat is it's so hard to cool back down if you don't have aircon or something. Ah, yuck, I don't want that. Okay, I have a story out of Florida. You guys want to go to Florida? Let me grab my story from Florida. Yeah. Let me see if I can grab this video. Come on, websites. You gotta load faster. They're always so slow. Richardson murder suspect. Yeah, okay, fine. The video doesn't want to play, so I'll have to read it. It says Richardson murder suspect arrested in Florida. This guy here, right here. This is his face. Ronald Martin. It says the Richardson man was arrested in Florida last week after police linked him to the death of a missing person. Police charged 43-year-old Ronald Martin with murder. He is accused of killing a 32-year-old Garland man who disappeared in late June. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, the missing man and several of his friends met up with Martin at a bar on June 28th. The group went to Martin's apartment in Richardson to continue partying after leaving the bar. The friends told police they went home early in the next morning. The victim planned to stay and sleep it off, according to the affidavit. That was the last time the victim was seen alive. Video from a neighbor's doorbell camera never shows him leaving that apartment ever again. Police began searching for the missing man a few days later and discovered Martin had left town. His neighbor's doorbell camera showed him using a dolly to carry a large cardboard box out of the apartment along with several other bags. When officers searched the apartment, the document states they found evidence of foul play, including blood on the bathroom floor, blood in the bathtub, and large blood stains that appeared as though someone had tried to clean them. Investigators believe Martin traveled to Arizona and then Florida in the days following the victim's disappearance. A warrant was issued for his arrest once the missing man's body was finally discovered. Martin turned himself into the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida on July 8th. He will be extradited to Dallas County soon. Investigators are still working to determine a motive for the murder. The Richardson Police Department did not release the victim's name because his family asked for privacy. Huh. How often have you ever heard of a victim's name not being released because the family want privacy? I can't say I've heard of that happening too often. Same temps in Utah. That is awful. I hope you get a cool change coming through. No one needs 100 and something degree heat. No one. Ever. Yeah. I hope you guys get a nice cold front coming through. So there you go. Arrested. What? I want to know how they killed the guy or why they killed the guy. So they were all at a bar. They're all drinking. They decided to head back to this guy's apartment to continue the party. And then somewhere between then and the next morning, the guy ended up dead with all of his blood around the home. What did they do? Just beat him up all night? I'm very confused about this. We're going to need to see the affidavit, I think. Yeah, let's see. Did they even put a public appeal out for this man? Let's have a look. Let's go to Fox 4 News in Dallas, Fort Worth. No, let's not go there. It's got the same details. Maybe here? Nope. I'm just trying to find something that has like a name or. Let's go to AOL.com. I feel dirty even saying it. Let's go to AOL. Yeah, he was arrested last week. No more details really, other than what they found when they entered the home. Blood on the bathroom floor, blood in the bathtub, large blood stains that appeared as though someone had tried to clean them. What'd they do? All get drunk and then throw beer bottles at him? Just beat him up for fun? Yeah. But apparently he did turn himself into the Orange County Sheriff's Office in Florida on July 8th. So we'll have to wait for him to get extradited back to Dallas County in the next week or so, and we'll see what other details come out. But what a strange way to end your night of partying and boozing than to kill a guy who came to hang out with you. Yeah, that lake in Austin is just now haunted. It's haunted. It's now evil. It's now cursed. Everyone should stay away from it. You might fall in and die. It is now a cursed lake. We're gonna have to burn it. We're gonna have to burn the lake and just pretend like it never existed. Okay? It's it's not safe anymore. You need to run away. I'm gonna find that because we've done a few stories on Ladybird Lake in Austin. 1 minute. So I do see a video that popped up. The only one that's got it though is Law and Crime. They said 13th body washes up. Fears of a serial killer, the Rainy Street Ripper. What do you guys think? Do you think it's natural occurrence or do you think it's really someone like trying to kill people? Yeah, it says police in Texas are struggling to keep the lid on fears that the Rainy Street Ripper has struck again after insisting that the latest suspected victim may have killed himself. The bodies of 11 men and 2 women have been recovered from a short stretch of the Colorado River in Austin in just the last 2 years, with police insisting that only one raised any suspicion of foul play. But skepticism at the official line has reached new heights after police announced that the latest victim had died from blunt force trauma after being found on Friday. Hours later, they issued a hasty correction, claiming that new evidence suggested he had shot himself in the head. The deceased suffered an apparent self inflicted gunshot wound, they tweeted. This is not being investigated as a homicide. What a backtrack. What a backtrack. Really is. They said the latest body was found despite more than a year's worth of safety improvement works at the mile-long stretch of river. Yeah, I detailed this in another show. The city had earmarked like thousands and thousands of dollars to put in new warning signs and more lights and cameras and to try and improve the lighting in the area. They think the people fell in because it's very dim around there, and possibly people didn't know where they were going and tripped and fell and ended up in the water, but it doesn't seem to have worked. The river has claimed another life. The police responded at 5:30 p.m. on Friday to reports of a man with life-threatening injuries found on a path next to the river. Yeah, didn't we read this? There was another person that was found just next to the river a while ago. Here's a map of the people that have been found dating back to June 27th, 2022, all the way to July 5th, 2024. And they're all the way along it, look. Except on the south side. On the south side, you don't have very many victims, look. I don't know if that's because of currents or like the way the water moves or something, but they seem to congregate in this part of the river for the most part, here and up the top. Down here, there's a couple, but there's a big stretch here that doesn't get a lot of action. All through here for some reason. That's how you find out why these people keep ending up in the river. Why do they not end up here in this chunk? Maybe you figure out some secrets to the lake. Is there anything new in the KC4? There was something like a couple of weeks ago. What was it? Toxicology results got released. Something that had fentanyl and methamphetamine in their system. Is that right? I can have a look if you want. But hey, very interesting. I like the Austin river theory. Let me have a look. There was something like 2 weeks ago about the KC4. Let me see. Here. Oh, that's right. It was something about something like the families knew about the toxicology back in January and that they didn't release it to the public because it was considered like death by misadventure. So they'd already sort of classified it as nothing nefarious. So they just didn't bother informing the public because they wanted to keep the family's feelings and privacy intact. That's sort of the last thing I read about it. But it says here 6 months after 3 men found dead in Missouri backyard, questions remain. 6 months ago, a group of friends in Kansas City gathered to watch the Chiefs game and hang out. Days later, 3 of those friends were found dead in the backyard of Jordan Willis' home. As of July, the families of those 3 dead men say their questions are being ignored. Frustration and desperation for the answers reign for these families, who wonder if anybody will be held responsible for the deaths of the 3 men. A lawyer close to the family tells Nexstar's WDAF that due to the time that has passed and the lack of communication from police and prosecutors, it leads him to believe that charges may never come. Who are they expecting to charge? The guy that rented the home? That doctor guy or whatever he was? I think I read somewhere that the police had already categorized it as a death by misadventure. Hold on. See if I can find that for you. I can't seem to find it, but I could have sworn there was a lot of articles about 2 weeks ago with people talking about it. Hold on, let me do that and then past month. Maybe it was this one. 3 dead Kansas City Chief fans. Early toxicology report shows traces of substances, according to a report. The 3 men were found dead after going over to their friend's house to watch the Chiefs play against the LA Chargers. According to Fox 4 Kansas City, the Kansas City Police Department has received the toxicology report for the 3 men who were found dead in the backyard of their friend's home on January 9th. The outlet reported that the toxicology report shows that there were several substances in their body. TMZ also reported that toxicology results showed that there were substances in the men's body. Yeah. There has been no additional details or reports of this case revealed to any media, nor are there any plans to at this time, according to the Kansas City PD. They say it's a ongoing death investigation, and that's it. They also say we have no evidence or indication of foul play, and no one is in custody at this time. Yeah, that's it. That's all I know about it really, is that, yeah, they found some sort of drugs in their system, and I could have sworn I read something that said police basically think it's an act of misadventure basically. And the reason they haven't been talking more about it is because they don't want to traumatize the family anymore, because so far there isn't any indication of foul play. And if there isn't, then all you're doing is tarnishing the names of the three men by keep bringing up that they died from being high in their friend's backyard. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're basically just dragging their name up all the time, saying, "Hey, look at these druggies. They basically died in someone's backyard and froze to death." Like, it just hurts the family. So we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll be able to find something to hold someone responsible. They've gone after drug dealers before for supplying drugs that have ended up killing people. Might happen here. We won't know. We'll find out when everyone else finds out, I think. Let me see if I have a different one for you. Here, does this have a story here? It's a blank thing. Let me pause that. Let me see if I can find an update that I can actually play for you. No, I can't really find anything, so when I can, I'll bring it for you. In Dubai. It's probably pretty hot there too. Just trying to see if anyone else. I feel like every case has a lot of questions, Laura. Every single one we look at. All right, what time is it? 1:30. All right, let me load up a different story for you. Let me close some of my links too. We have far too many open. All right. Okay, let's see what else I have on my list for tonight. Yeah, that's not that good. Actually, we could do that one. I'm guessing you mostly all heard about another incident that happened near the Republican National Convention today. That cops fatally shot someone about a mile from the convention. But it doesn't sound like it was that connected. Sounds more like someone was having a bad day or something. Let me see if I can find a good link for you. All right, here.
There was a deadly police shooting not far from the Republican National Convention this afternoon.
That's right. A man with a knife was shot and killed in Milwaukee. Our Nate Rogers has the disturbing details.
Reportedly, some 4,500 police officers from 24 states are part of the RNC's National Special Security event. Milwaukee's police chief says the officers involved were acting on a threat. However, video now surfacing on social media appears to show the man killed moving backward after confronted by authorities.
Why are they out here outside of the RNC security zones killing our community members? Killing people who we know and are friends with and are familiar faces for us.
Outrage in Milwaukee, a beloved homeless man shot and killed by out-of-state police. Police and witnesses say the man had gotten into an argument with another homeless man as 13 Ohio police officers were canvassing the park on bikes. They learned the man had a knife.
The officers observed a subject armed with a knife in each hand engaged in an altercation with another unarmed individual. The officers identified themselves as police officers and made several commands to the suspect to drop the knife. The subject refused these commands and charged at the other individual with the knives. At this time, several officers discharged their firearms, subsequently striking the suspect.
And next thing we know, the police was running at him, and he turned like he was in shock and he didn't know what to do. Like he was like, which way do I go? He went to go put his knives down and they just started shooting.
How many gunshots did you hear?
I heard about 20.
It happened here at Kings Park near 17th and Villette, a known homeless encampment with at least 50 people living in tents.
This is where they sleep at. Why would somebody have a knife over here to protect themselves? Because they scared, just like y'all might be scared.
The man identified by relatives as 43-year-old Sam Sharp Jr., his nickname Jehovah. He was a devout Jehovah Witness known to preach to his family and friends.
He spoke. He was really nice. He was always giving thanks to the Lord for everything that he received. He had a dog. He never bothered anybody.
Prior to the RNC, Milwaukee activists fought a decision by the Fire and Police Commission suspending police body cam protocols. Community leaders now questioning accountability and transparency.
Either way you look at it is very sad. I mean, they confirmed that an out-of-town police officer from Columbus, Ohio was involved in the shooting. I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do. You're sort of in a tough situation there. Says a police officer reportedly fatally shot someone, and now it's emerging that that man was a homeless man. I don't know what you... It's very, very difficult. Here, let's see what a different site has about it. I'm just trying to pause this here. They say 5 Ohio police officers in Wisconsin for the Republic National, or the RNC, shot at a man who was in a knife fight near the convention, killing him. The man who members of the Columbus, Ohio Police Department shot had a knife in each hand and refused police commands. 2 knives were recovered from the scene. They said somebody's life was in danger. These officers, who were not from this area, took it upon themselves to act and save somebody's life. Thousands of officers from multiple jurisdictions are in Milwaukee providing additional security for the convention that began Monday and concludes on Thursday. The shooting fueled anger from residents who questioned why out-of-state officers were in their neighborhood located about a mile from the convention site. Milwaukee residents and activists quickly converged on the site of the shooting, many of them expressing outrage about the involvement of a police department in town because of the convention. Dozens of police officers stood behind police tape at the scene, declining to answer about what had happened. Someone says here, they came into our community and shot down our family right here at a public park. What are you doing in our city, shooting people down? Sharp said her cousin, who was identified as Samuel Sharp, lived in a tent encampment across the street from King Park, where the shooting occurred. Residents said the man was well known among locals and others who lived in and near the encampment. Kenneth Johnson, a volunteer with Friends Without Shelter, said he often dropped off food to the man and others who lived in the tents, and questioned what an out-of-state officer had been doing at the location. I mean, it's a fair point. What are they doing at the location, and why are they firing on people? But he did have 2 knives in his hand. Gonna have to hear more about this. Yeah. There is a video here. Where is it? No. Yeah, this must be it here. So they're saying that this is the body CCTV and some body camera. That's the guy there, I'm guessing. And then they shot him and he's on the ground. Got like 1 billion cops here.
So it's a little bit of mix of everything. He's got a knife. Yes, he does. Hey! Stop! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Drop the knife! Please!
Drop your knife! Drop the knife now! Drop it now! On fire!
Today, Tuesday, July 16th, 2024, at approximately 1:10 p.m., 13 uniformed Columbus Division of Police officers from Ohio that were assigned to a bicycle patrol were briefing with their supervision in their assigned zone. The briefing was taking place west of 14th and Valete on the 1400 block of West Valete Street. The officers observed a subject armed with a knife in each hand engaged in an altercation with another unarmed individual. The officers identified themselves as police officers and made several commands to the suspect to drop the knife. The subject refused these commands and charged at the other individual with the knives. At this time, several officers discharged their firearms, subsequently striking the suspect. The suspect is a 43-year-old man who sustained fatal injuries. There were no other reported injuries. 2 knives were recovered from the scene. The officers involved in this incident are from the Columbus Division of Police. The Milwaukee Area Investigative Team will be investigating this incident. The Greenfield Police Department will be the lead law enforcement agency in this investigation. This is a fluid and ongoing investigation.
Well, there you heard it. It's a fluid and ongoing investigation. That body cam footage is very confronting. It's hard to tell what's going on. They're sort of over there, they're doing something, and then they're like, he's got a knife, and they run over there, and then all the shots go off, and someone ends up on the ground with a body full of lead. I think that's about it for the night. Did I have one more? Oh, okay. I'll do this one from DJ because it goes with a show we did a while ago. We did a show a while ago on a guy that was going to be executed, and then I said there was another one coming up. Oh, this one got interesting. So this guy was going to be executed for the murder of an 85-year-old woman, but just about a couple of hours ago, he got a reprieve and his execution has been halted. They are saying just a couple of hours ago that he won his court case in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court grants Texas man a stay of execution just before his scheduled lethal injection, an 11th hour bid to avoid the death penalty. It says the Supreme Court granted a stay of execution for a Texas man 20 minutes before he was to receive a lethal injection Tuesday evening. The inmate has long maintained DNA testing would help prove he wasn't responsible for the fatal stabbing of an 85-year-old woman during a home robbery decades ago. The nation's high court issued the indefinite stay shortly before inmate Ruben Gutierrez was to have taken to the death chamber of a Huntsville prison. Gutierrez was condemned for the 1998 killing of Escolastica Harrison in her home in Brownsville in Texas. Prosecutors said the killing of the mobile home park manager and retired teacher was part of an attempt to steal more than $600,000 she had hidden in her home because of her mistrust of banks. He has sought DNA testing that he claims would help prove he had no role in her death. His attorneys have said there is no physical or forensic evidence connecting him to the killing. 2 others were also charged in the case. The High Court's brief order released about 5:40 p.m. CDT said its stay of execution would remain in effect until justices decide whether they should review his appeal request. If the court denies the request, the execution reprieve would automatically be lifted. Whoa. So he's on a knife's edge. If they accept his appeal, it'll probably go through either another trial or they'll test the evidence that he wants tested. If he loses that appeal and they turn it down, his execution is back on. it's back on, and he'll be executed. They'll give him a new time and day, and it'll be back. Yeah, the chat is really weird tonight. There's like no comments. I can't see anyone. Like every 10 minutes, there's like a comment, and that's it. There's like no comments tonight. Like it's me here sitting going, oh, the chat's very dead tonight. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah, some people just don't like banking, you know, they think banks are just trying to steal their money, even like trying to steal it slowly, apparently. I will do this before we go. Thank you, Laura, for your very nice message. I don't know if you want me to read it out. I'll read out the second part, or the first, sort of. Laura said, "Thank you so much, Ping. You are so kind-hearted and show so much respect. I hope you know how much you are loved." Thank you. That is very sweet of you and very kind of you to support me. I do appreciate it. Hey, Kim. Yeah, it's freezing. It's cold. I hope you're staying warm, Kim. I really do. I'm alone tonight, am I? I'm alone in the wilderness of YouTube doing something, a live show. That's odd. YouTube must be having a weird day. Hold on, let's see. Let's go to YouTube's. They have like a thing that says if things are up or down, I think. Let's go to Down Detector. Let's have a look. There does seem to be people that are complaining that there seems to be some downtime or issues in the last little bit. Let's see. Let's go to let's go to Twitter. Hold on. Let's see if I can find anyone else complaining of. I don't see anyone else saying anything bad right now, or at least in the last, 10 minutes or so. We can look through more comments, but yeah, I don't really see anything. Don't see anyone else complaining about comments, but you type YouTube into a search thing and there's, a billion comments a minute about YouTube on social media. So no idea, but hopefully by the time we come back tomorrow, it'll be fixed. Hopefully. We blocked me? Okay. Have fun with that. They did an update earlier today? Okay. Odd. Maybe it's just my channel. We seem to we seem to always have issues for some reason. I think that's it for the night. I really don't have too much more to tell you. I think I've gone through all my stories for tonight, unfortunately. We did about an hour and a half. Hopefully Trish will be back tomorrow night. Hopefully she'll be finished with her driving, although I think she's going to Thursday. So she's got a couple more days to go. I don't know what time tomorrow will be on, but I will let you know. So it might be early, it might be late. I don't know. We are playing time slot bingo right now with what time we're going live until she gets back. Oh, I know we lost a few people over the weekend. I went away for one day and we lost a couple. But sometimes people get unsubscribed for some reason. I have no idea why. Yes, thank you. Please remember to like the stream. And if you're not subscribed, like 54% of people or something, or 56% of people who watch the show are not subscribed, I would very much appreciate it. We're desperately trying to just get over that hump to 1,000 subscribers. So if you can help with that, I would very much appreciate it. Yeah, that's it for tonight, guys. Hey, sleep well out there. And if you're in that heat, please stay out of the outside and stay in the cool and try cool down. 106 sounds terrible. I see you. Hey, Emily. I'll let her know for you, Laura. Yes, double check your subscriptions to the channel. YouTube has unsubscribed people in the past. Hey, much love to you all. I will be back tomorrow. I will let you know. You'll see the show, and hopefully it'll give you a reminder. But we'll be back tomorrow, okay? I love you all. Bye-bye. Bye.